Okay, welcome back to another edition of the Mustachioed Chef. You know, he caught us on a Friday. On Fridays, we like to wind down with a nice glass of wine or a couple of bottles, who's counting? Tonight, we are making a wild mushroom risotto. Now, what a wild mushroom is compared to a regular mushroom, I have no idea. I feel like all mushrooms are wild. And it calls for white wine in the recipe. So we're gonna start our evening off with a little white wine. We're going back to our good friends at District Winery, and we're having the Sauv Blanc, or as the kids are calling it, the Savvy Bee. We might be getting white girl wasted tonight. Oh, did you hear that noise? Now they say you only cook with wine that's good enough to drink. That's really all the wine to me. So, what we're gonna do, risotto takes a lot of time. You gotta let it simmer. You gotta let it cook all the way through. It's gonna take a little bit of time to do, but we've got time. So here we go. Let's get started with the wild mushroom risotto. Okay, so we've got our fancy Le Creuset Dutch oven waiting. We got pancetta here. We got some butter and a diced up onion with our mushrooms. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna cook the pancetta first, get it nice and crisp, take it out, let it sit. We're gonna then cook the mushrooms with the butter, get them all caramelized. Once those are done, we're gonna take the mushrooms out, and then we're gonna start with the risotto. So, like I said, a lot of steps, a lot of time, a lot of waiting. Better be drinking your wine. So let's go. Okay, we're gonna let this toast for a little bit. Then we start hitting it with the white wine and the chicken stock. Now, you gotta do it a little bit at a time because the risotto's gotta suck up all the juice. That's what gives it that nice texture. If you do it all at once, you're gonna drown your risotto. And you might not think that's possible, but believe me, you can drown your risotto. So half a cup at a time, stir it in until it starts to get dry, add in your next one, and you're good to go. Okay, half a cup of white wine, minus a sip. Now, a few people have asked me, hey, Mustachioed Chef, what's your plan? What's next? Well, we're just gonna keep cooking. I said I was growing the mustache until quarantine ends. Just got told I'm working from home for the rest of the year. So this little guy is gonna get thick. Now I sat down, I had a conversation, and if my mustache could talk, it would say one word, and that word is diabetes. If you're under 30, you don't know that joke. It's Wilford Brimley, diabetes medicine. So there you go. Okay, our risotto has drank all of its liquid. The texture is nice and al dente. It's not quite ready. We're gonna add in our cheese. Come on now, we gotta hit it with some cheese. We're gonna hit it back with our mushrooms over here, the pancetta. We're gonna add a little herbs, and then we are ready to eat. So, I've got the signature Pecorino Romano. Now, some people just use Parm. You can. I have always been partial, as you all know, to the Pecorino Romano. Now, I don't measure, as you guys also may well know. So you just kind of have to eyeball it. Okay, our second cheese that we are gonna use is the criminally underrated mascarpone cheese. Now, if you've ever had tiramisu, you've had mascarpone. And this is gonna just give it that nice creamy texture that you want from this risotto. And now we're just gonna incorporate the mushrooms and the pancetta. The pancetta gives a little bit of color, but it also gives a nice little bit of texture. And then let's get these mushrooms back in.
Okay, so I get to go first to try our delicious mushroom risotto tonight. And when I think we last cut off, we have since added parsley into the mix and some chopped scallions as a topper to give it a little pop at the end. That's great. The risotto is perfectly al dente, and the mascarpone is just amazing. I mean, it just takes the whole thing and adds this layer of richness and creates this comfort food out of the dish. The mushrooms are great. You can definitely get some of the pancetta that's coming through, which I know makes it one of Ryan's favorite things. I mean, everything about this was great. I have to give it a 9.
Okay, I would like to give a little shout out. So this is not a Mustachioed Chef original, but that's the beauty of cooking and sharing your recipes. Our good friend Anna Andeli shared this recipe with me, so thank you for that one. The toppers look great, the smells look great. I am excited for this one. Oh man, Chef did it again. The texture of the risotto is perfect. It's al dente, it's creamy. You get all the cheeses, the pancetta kicker. Out of bounds. I gotta agree. I'm giving this a 9-1. A 9-1. Okay, well, another one in the books. Mushroom risotto.
Week 9 of quarantine. We've done it.
The mustache continues. Thank you for all watching. We will see you guys next time. Cheers. Cheers. You know what? The white wine's gonna go nice too. I mean, that's excellent.
It's really good. It's perfectly salty.
That's the pancetta.